Welcome back, guys. So this is my 2021 setup in my A5 Stalogy bullet journal. Yes, I decided to stick with a Stalogy notebook. I have found planner piece with Stalogy, so I would decide to stick with it. I am also sticking with the A5 size. So as you can see, I'm kind of going with, at least for my setup pages, a mermaid theme. We're going to kind of switch to a more Disney-oriented notebook for this 6-month installment. So we're switching from Harry Potter to Disney. I'm super excited. What inspired me is this blue colored Stalogy. So I can't wait to dig into it. So as you see, I have lots of materials. I have some mermaid themed washi tapes. I also got some mermaid scale printables that I printed onto some vellum. I also have some scale paper that I got from Michael's, and I also made this cute little dingle hopper quote page that I just made on Canva. So we are going to be sticking with a A5 Stalogy, and I went with this beautiful blue color that really inspired me to go with the mermaid kind of theme. It always shocks me how thin these notebooks are when we first get them. I'm going to show you a comparison to my current Stalogy. So you'll see like how thick it gets over a 6-month period and how much of a difference it is between a new notebook and a used notebook. Now I'm just flipping into the back of my current Stalogy to check to see my list that I made previously of the collections that I would like to continue into my new Stalogy setup. Now for our setup of the inside front cover of my new Stalogy. I'm going to take all of these beautiful washi tapes that I got, and I am going to stick them on directly to the inside front cover. I'm just going to do it in a diagonal pattern, alternating kind of randomly. I don't necessarily have an exact like science to how this gets laid down. There's not a specific method, but just how it feels and like the size as I go. But yeah, so I'm going to basically stick to the left hand side, and then we're going to do something different on the right hand side of the inside cover. And on the right hand side of the inside cover, we are going to lay down the washi tape horizontally. This is where I am going to include a journal card that I have left over from Simply Gilded that has a crescent moon on it, which I feel like is fitting for the ocean mermaid theme because we can't have tides without the moon. So I thought that would work, and then I'm also going to tear off some purple paper and just add a 2021 label as well. Now I am just going to tape the first page of the journal down to this inside cover page because it never lays right, so it's just easier for me to just tape it down so that it all folds over and turns and lays correctly. Now I am going to create my cover page. This is just going to include the dates that the bullet journal is covering, as well as my name, my phone number, and a reward. So if anybody ever finds this notebook and looks inside, hopefully they would call me and try to get it back to me. And I am using my Tombow brush pens, as well as some Crayola Super Tip markers in these blues and greens that I chose and fell in love with for this setup. So onto my index page. At first I wanted to write it with this green, but I changed my mind and instead put down some washi tape and used some of that purple paper again to add the title for index. These pages are pretty basic. They're just 2 blank pages so that I can write down the page numbers of where my collections and months fall in this journal. So now we're going to be working on my future log. I'm really excited about this one. I had the idea to create bubbles that will be where I put in my events for each month. So instead of using my circle maker, I decided to go with, this is just like a little container lid that I have that I'm using to be my stencil for these circles. And then I'm going to go in with some months of the year stickers from Oh Hello Stationery Co. And then my blank month, overview stickers, like the calendar months, are from Planning with K. I actually love how these bubbles turned out. I think they are just adorable, and I'm really excited about this spread. So basically how a future log is used is that you have your months of the year and then you have space to write all the events that will be coming up during the year so that you have a place to document them before you actually make that particular month in your planner. So this is where I'll put like major events, holidays, birthdays, as well as like work-related things, so conferences and important dates that I need to remember, whether professionally or personally. So now I'm going to do a quote page on this inside cover page, right next to my title page. I apologize for the black box that you see. I forgot that I didn't want you guys to see my phone number, so that's where the black box is kind of coming and going. But basically I'm looking at these glitter papers that I have because I want to create a mermaid tail. So I'm trying to decide which color I want to go with for the mermaid tail, but in the end I decided to go with just the basic green for this particular quote page. But I just came up with a very simple quote that kind of comes from the fact that I am a child of the 80s with VHSs, and something that was always on if you're younger than me or if you're born in the 90s or later. You may not be aware of, but we always had the words "please be kind, rewind" on every VHS that you rented from a rental store. And because you literally had to rewind the tapes before you turned them in, and if you didn't, then the people at the store had to rewind them, or if they didn't rewind them, then you could rent something from a store, pop it in, and it'd be like halfway through the movie, and you didn't want to have a spoiler halfway through the movie and then have to rewind it yourself. So you always had those little reminders, please be kind, rewind. So I decided to come up with this little quote for 2021 that says, "Please 2021, be kind, don't rewind." Basically that we don't want any repeats of anything that happened in 2020, and we want to start fresh in a wonderful new year that is full of hope and change and things that are only going to get better. That is my hope for 2021. Now on the following page, I'm going to add this graphic with a little quote, sort of a quote pertaining to Little Mermaid that just has basically what the definition of a dingle hopper is. If you are familiar with the Disney movie version of A Little Mermaid, she has this tendency to hoard. She collects, Ariel, the little mermaid in the story, collects items that she finds that are related to humans on shipwrecks, and she has lots of things that she does not know what the name of them are. As she asks Scuttle, one of the characters that she is friends with, what the fork is, and he tells her it's a dingle hopper, and she thinks that it is for brushing your hair. So I made a little quote page pertaining to that part of the story. We're also going to add on this page some of this mermaid scale vellum that I made. I just purchased some mermaid scale papers, like digital paper pack from Etsy, which I will of course link below, and printed it onto some vellum. Really easy to make your own vellum from home, so I just trace around the outside of the Stalogy to get the right size and then cut to size, and then I usually add it with some washi tape. I'm going to add it using some of my mermaid themed washi tape to the spine of the book. Now on to my goals page. This is where I am going to put my top 3 priority goals for the next 6 months of my life. And then I'm also borrowing an idea from the YouTuber Riley Autumn, who's a wonderful bullet journaler YouTuber. And I'm going to create little boxes where I'm going to write down the things that I want to stop doing moving forward, the things that I should continue doing, and then the things that I would like to start doing over the next 6 months. We're starting out this spread by putting down some of my really beautiful Mermaid Washi, and then using one of my mermaid stickers that I got from Kina Prints, which I love. I think they're adorable. So we're just going to add a goals banner using some of my Crayola Super Tip markers, and then I'm going to create 3 little circles for my 3 priority goals, and then highlight lines for them using my, I think it's the mint green Tombow brush pen. So the next page my camera cut out, unfortunately, when I was creating the decorative elements of this page. I basically took the blue scale paper and created a little corner piece, as well as a piece that I drew and cut out in the shape of what I hope looks like a wave. To add as decorative elements, but these are basically my growth pages for Savvy Charmed Life for both YouTube and Instagram. So what I did was I tried to draw, and I always have a hard time drawing the YouTube channel shape, but I tried to draw the curved rectangles for YouTube, and then filled in the numbers of what I hope my growth is. I did make a couple of mistakes, so I did white that one piece out, and I'm also adding some of my mermaid washi tape that I still have left over in this bottom left corner. The right hand side is going to be my Instagram growth. So I'm using my mint green Tombow brush pen to create the bubble, the circular bubble shapes again, to track my Instagram growth. And then I'm also trying to draw the Instagram symbol using the circle, kind of like how the Instagram symbol is kind of like a rainbow of colors. So I'm kind of using a rainbow of the colors that I am using in my setup for this bullet journal to create the rainbow color effect for the Instagram symbol. Now we're going to move on to my books to read page. I am using a printable that I found in the Etsy shop, The Pocket Thailand. I think this printable is really beautiful. I think that it looks like a bookshelf that you could find really anywhere, but I also thought that it would work for maybe a library that's found underwater. But I just thought it was really pretty, and I love the plant elements to this bookshelf. So basically, I'm just going to be coloring in the decorative elements with my Crayola Super Tip markers, and I'm putting the to read title in the larger picture frame on the top shelf, but I'm just going to be coloring in these decorative elements using my Crayola Super Tip markers. And basically I will fill in the book title with books that I want to read, and then I will color it in probably with a highlighter or lighter colored marker once the book has been read on the bookshelf. The next two pages are for movies and TV shows that I plan to watch. So these are using printables as well. I cannot recall the shops that these came from, but I will put a title on the screen as well as link below. But so each of these, I'm basically on the left side going to create this sort of just scribble mint green border using my Tombow brush pen that will be kind of bursting from around the sides of the movies to watch printable. And on the right hand side I am going to add some washi tape around the edges of the movies to watch printable. I'm really excited about this next spread. I am going to create this kind of curved border that I'm going to put on the left hand side of the page using this really pretty mint green kind of sparkly glitter paper, scale paper, whatever you want to call it, which matches my fingernail polish really well right here. But I'm going to glue that down on the left hand side of the page, and then this is going to be my wish list spread. So on the left hand side of the page, I'm going to put the quote from The Little Mermaid from the song Part of Your World, where she says, I have gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I have who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20, but who cares? No big deal. I want more. Which I thought was really fitting. Hopefully you guys agree, for a wish list page. So that's going to be the quote on the left hand side of the page. And then on the right hand side of the page, I have these little printables that I got from, I will put the title of the shop right here, that I am cutting out the little labels, and I'm going to place them all over on the right hand side of the page. And this is where I will put the things that are on my wish list, things that I want to save for, or things that maybe I need to wait for down the road. But this will be my wish list of things that I would like to buy. For my next page, we are creating a playlist page, and I'm basically going to create a section for podcasts, YouTube, and music. So I'm going to be drawing a little microphone for my podcast section, a little YouTube symbol for YouTube channels, and then the little Spotify symbol for music. And this is just where I'm going to list the things that I am frequently listening to and binging or enjoying on those different platforms. I also, just for fun, took one of these little Kina Prints mermaid stickers and attempted to draw some little headphone, on her head. I think it looks like headphones. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think, if it came out okay. But I just thought it'd be really cute to add a little mermaid listening to something on her headphones. On the right hand page, we are going to create a little about me page, and I'm going to be using my stickers from Capital Chic Designs, which I don't think I have uploaded my haul from them yet, so you're kind of getting a little sneak peek of the haul. But I basically got a bunch of stickers that were specially designed to look like me from this company. So I can't wait to share with you all the stickers from Capital Chic, and I'll definitely go ahead and link it below. But I just thought it would be really fun to put one of the stickers of me on this about me page. So I'm just going to put that sticker in the middle of the page, and then I'm going to draw some lines coming out from it where I'm not going to fill it in on camera today, but where I'm going to fill in just information about me, things that I love, things that are special to me. So this is just going to be a little about me page. This next page is pretty straightforward. It is a map of the world that I got from Lilla Design London, and I'm just going to put it on the left and right hand sides of the page. It pretty much fills up the page, and I'm going to put wish list of places that I would like to travel, and then I'm going to put little dots on it showing places that I have traveled in the world. The next and final spread that you are going to be seeing in my 2021 setup is my memories and photographs spread. So I had this spread in my current installment of my Stalogy bullet journal, and I really loved having one photograph to represent each month of the Stalogy installment. So basically I'm just going to use one of my Polaroid pictures as a stencil, or to create, like an outline shape for each of the months, and I'm just going to create 6 of them, one for each month: January, February, March, April, May, and June, as part of this Stalogy. This is definitely one of my favorite spreads that I have been using in my bullet journal. The final part of this Stalogy bullet journal setup before we do the flip through is that I want to add this vinyl decal that I got from an Etsy shop that I will put the title here for you. It's this beautiful mermaid fin with my name. I was able to customize it with the colors of my choosing, so I chose this kind of seafoam mint green for the tail, and then a coral for my name, which are I feel like my 2 favorite colors. I feel like I'm leaning more towards the blues these days, but the seafoam green, mint green, and like a coral kind of pink are my 2 favorite colors right now as a grown-up. As a child, my favorite color was just pink, but as a grown-up, it's more, I guess, specific or refined, so now I'm like, my favorite color is mint green and a coral pink, but these are my 2 favorite colors, and I think this vinyl just came out beautifully. And now on to our final flip through of my 2021 setup for my bullet journal. I am in love with this theme and just love how everything came together. I'm just so pleased with it. I think it is just beautiful. I'm in love with the colors, and I'm really excited about the collections that I decided to go with. So I hope that you really like the theme as well. I left this left side page here blank for now. My plan is to add a quote that has to do with reading, but I haven't decided what I want to go there yet. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this 2021 setup plan with me. If you love bullet journal setup videos, if you loved this particular one and this theme that I did, then please hit that like button. It would mean the world to me. And if you would love to watch more videos like this, more bullet journal setup videos, more flip throughs, more plan with these, then I would love to welcome you to this Savvy Charmed Life family. So please hit that subscribe button as well. All right, thank you again so much for watching with me. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Okay, bye.